¿Tienes un carro que ya no usas o ya no lo manejas? El apoyo para KBBF viene de usted. Querido Radio Escucha, una gran manera de apoyar a KBBF es mediante la donación de su carro no deseado. Nosotros arreglamos recoger el carro sin ningún costo alguno. Para obtener más información, llame al 877-411-3662 o visita el sitio web kbbf-fm.org.
Support for KBBF comes from you, the listener. A great way to support community radio KBBF is by donating your unwanted car. We'll arrange for it to be picked up at no cost to you. To learn more, call 877-411-3662 or go online to kbbf-fm.org.
Asar carnes a la parrilla puede tener consecuencias graves a causa de la intoxicación con bacterias como la E. coli y la salmonela. No olvide que la higiene es indispensable al preparar cualquier alimento. Lávese bien las manos, cualquier utensilio de cocina con agua y jabón. Mantenga las carnes refrigeradas hasta el momento de ponerlas en la parrilla y asegúrese de que alcancen una temperatura mínima de 160 grados Fahrenheit si son rojas o 165 si son de aves. Mensaje de la Universidad de California.
Desde Santa Rosa, California, KBBF.
From Santa Rosa, California, this is KBBF.
Hello, everybody. You are listening to The Queer Life on KBBF 89.1. This is your host, Kaya Kramer, and I am joined, as always, with my co-host, Mandy Howard.
Always here. That's great fun.
And this is LGBT news, modern perspectives, roundtable discussion, and interviews. You know, we talk about all aspects of the queer community. And yes, we are using the word queer. No, that word is not offensive. I identify as a queer identified person. I am not a queer. There is a difference there. And we actually defined this in previous episodes. Which episode, Mandy, was that? Probably like the first or the second one, I think. Yeah. So, wait, Mandy, could you talk into the recorders?
Very first one.
There we go. All right. I love
had the mic
microphones. Didn't I say to check on them? Like, hey.
No, I already checked. I turned it off.
Oh, okay. You just
I'm trying to do something over here.
No, for sure.
Yeah, I'm trying not to make too much noise.
You don't love me, that's why.
No love.
No love. The Queer Life is a radio show that is simulcasted online. You can actually watch live inside the studio. You can go to www.thequeerlife.org and you can watch this feed. We broadcast via Google Hangouts on air. So what you are hearing here, you will be able to see. So if you want to check out what the studio looks like, you can also come into the studio. We always welcome guests into our studio audience. Yay! I can't, anyway.
Where would the studio audience sit?
In the audience.
In the audience, in the bleachers we have outside the studio.
Yeah.
Like right in front of us, right?
It's massive. So if you have any questions during this show, you can give us a call, 707-545-0318. We're part of the queer community, and if you are part of the queer community or you'd like to learn more, if you have any, if you have curiosity, if you're questioning even for yourself, give us a call.
Or if you want to be recruited into the queer community, when we're taking applications.
Exactly. We're trying to convert you, trying to convert your children. It's all part of the queer agenda. Is that
the queer agenda? Yeah.
Yes, the queer agenda.
We're openly promoting it for the first time.
Yeah, this is kind of like War of the Worlds, except more queer. If you have any questions or concerns or comments, you can go to Twitter, tweet us at The Queer Life. You can also, if you have any private concerns you want to message to us, you can go to thequeerlife.org to our contact page. So, without, and as I've said in previous episodes, and I always like to say at the beginning of every show, everything you hear here is our opinions. I am your host, Kaya Kramer. I do not have any medical degrees. I'm not a mental health professional. I'm not a nurse. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. You know,
I am all of those.
You know, Mandy is all of those. All, you know, whenever she fills in job description, she hits D. All of the above.
Mm-hmm.
But so. So everything you hear here, just, you know, take it with a grain of salt. This is, I'm not an extrovert, but I consider myself a witness. You know, I've been witness to brilliance all around me. People who, and you're gonna be able to experience some more of this brilliance that I've witnessed. We're gonna make you a witness. You know, you might have to go into like the, you know, witness custody program, or what's the witness protection.
Witness.
You know.
Okay.
So, you know, we got some exciting stuff. So my guest for this evening is Scott. Scott is a man full of amazing life experiences. Like, I have, you know, like a little description here, but like, I don't even want to read the description. I want to dive into that. I mean, everybody, you know, if you're driving, if you're just getting home, you know, just stay in the car for the next 2 hours, because we're gonna go into a part of the queer community that is so misunderstood. So like people are so misinformed about this subsect of the queer community that even many people within the queer community themselves have no concept of the experiences that Scott's had. I mean, I feel so incredibly privileged to have Scott here. I mean, like, shoot, Mandy, like, how did we even make this possible?
Well, we know people who know people.
This is true. Our people contacted his people, and just, you know,
And
made it
his
happen.
people kept contacting other people, but he still came anyway.
Yes. So.
All right. There we go. The switch is on now. Switch. 1, 2, 3. Can you all hear me now?
All right. Scott, could you speak into the microphone for us again?
Oh, the microphone that's in front of me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now it's on. Okay. Now it's on.
Okay.
Okay. So my people contacted my people, and then my people contacted my other people, and then those people contacted my space ship, and now I'm here. Okay, so anyway, sorry guys, you got me all riled up. Anyway, my name's Scott. I guess we're going to make some conversation, I guess, on intersex. So
yeah, so first off, Scott,
Yeah.
thank you very, very much for being on the show with us and sharing your experiences.
You're very welcome.
So first off, you are an intersex man.
Apparently so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was given different diagnoses throughout my life. So I'm kind of confused. There's so many people in this little room, so I'm being distracted. Anyway, yeah, I'm intersex.
Okay, so what does that mean? What like, so I know that in terms, so we have this huge giant enormous acronym that we defined for the listeners on the first episode, LGBTQQIA, and you're right there towards the end. You're the I right before the A.
But he is in
Yeah.
front of nerd.
Yeah.
Which we added to the acronym.
Yeah. You know,
And
it is confusing. I have to admit, it's confusing. Yeah, it is. A lot of times, though, I'm kind of clumped into. There you go. The mic was acting up. All right, I was kind of clumped into all these letters, and I don't know. I just kind of always grown up to kind of ignore letters. I don't like the word abnormal. I don't like the word normal. I don't like the word I just don't like labels, if that makes any
Right.
sense to
Well,
you.
I mean, like if you've seen Young Frankenstein, you know, he found the abnormal brain.
Yeah. No, I actually kind of thought that was pretty funny. Matter of fact, I think that was my brain that he took out of the jar.
Oh.
Okay. First of all, intersex is not that. People used to think that, oh, that's very rare, and it's not that rare.
Wait. Like how common?
You know, I've heard different stories. Or numbers. I've heard that it's 1 in 2,000. I heard it's 1 in 5,000. Well, believe it or not, it's 1 in 100.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me.
No.
Wow.
So,
Yeah,
so in other words, it's insanely common.
Yeah, it's very
Wow.
It's very common. Matter of fact, there's been people they didn't even know they were intersex until after death.
Wow.
So you could grow up
Wow.
not even knowing it.
So my high school had about 2,000 people in it.
Correct.
And so about 100 of those people
Were intersex.
were
And-
intersex.
and
or
women.
I mean, is my
Or-
math? I think my math's
Well,
off. So 100 times 10.
I
No.
feel
I
so
felt
bad for you right now.
20 people.
Yeah,
I remember.
it is not that rare. Like my whole life,
Wow.
I grew up thinking I was really, really, really special. And
Wow.
it turns out I wasn't.
Wait, so what exactly is intersex?
It's a chromosome. It's
you just look like a very handsome man to me. Like,
oh, gosh. Okay.
I mean,
you're
you
in my
are a
world.
handsome man. I just
Okay.
like
Thanks.
you know, I like. What does that even mean?
I know intersex is so confusing, and it's got so many different categories. It's, you know, I'm just learning a lot more about it myself, and here I am. You know, I'm not gonna say my age because you know, but I'm a young in my 50s, and I'm still learning about it.
Yeah.
And I was misdiagnosed by several doctors. I had no idea there were grades. There's like 7 grades of it. It's intersexism is very, very confusing.
Yeah.
There's different, you know, I got some paperwork in front of me that, you know, I don't want to read off of it because then I'd be breaking some rules probably. But there's, I'm trying not to take airtime. I will.
No, it's fine. What was so I'd never heard of intersex up until just a couple of years ago.
Uh-huh.
And I don't want to cause any offense or anything, but
please do,
wasn't intersex previously called hermaphrodites?
Okay, hermaphrodite. Okay, I had a brain injury, so I could say the word inside my head, but I might have a problem saying it outside. But hermaphrodites are that's another confusing thing. That is somewhat, it's true, but it's also a myth that somebody with a both genitals, and what the society public thinks that hermaphrodite is somebody with both genitals.
Okay.
You know, and that's not necessarily true. That's what movies have done. They, you know, you'll see it in horror movies or something like that, or fantasy or porn.
Right.
That somebody has a full. Okay, now remember, this is a medical terminology that I'm going to say on air. Vagina and a full penis, and very rarely there is somebody out there that has, you know, a full genital penis and maybe a vaginal opening, but they do not have full ovaries, fallopian tubes, and the uterus, and then have 2 testes and full penis and all that. That's just, that's just not possible. Otherwise, you could turn your penis around and impregnate yourself. You know.
Okay, I think snails can do that though.
Well, I think so too.
Yeah.
And I've been accused of being a snail.
Yeah.
Once in a while, but that's just not possible.
Okay.
Not for the human. Okay, not for a human. But there's female. I can't say this word out loud. I don't know how to say this word.
What is it?
Maybe you can read that.
Where is it?
In a dark.
What types of intersexuality?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll have to forgive my.
Okay, so traditional intersex classifications. old medical terms rooted in Victoria era medicine because they're still pervasive in the definitions used by modern medicine. Intersex conditions traditionally have been divided into the following 5 simplified classifications based on the differentiation of the gonad. Number 1, do you want me to read these?
Well, just those.
Yeah. The 5, yeah.
In the dark.
So 1 is female pseudo-hermaphrodite, which is 2 ovaries. 2 is male pseudo-hermaphrodite, 2 testes. 3 is true hermaphrodite, ovary and or testes and or ovotestes.
Right.
4 is mixed gonadal dysgenesis, testes plus streak gonad. And 5 is pure gonadal dysgenesis, bilateral streak gonads. And a streak gonad is dysgenetic and resembles ovarian stromal tissue. No germ cells are present.
Okay. So that confuses your audience, but that's pretty much see, and confuse your audience.
Yes.
because that's how the intersex society is. It's
I
mean, we're bombarded by, oh, you got XY, XXYY, you fall under this different category, your category or grade 2.
Wait, XY as in chromosomes?
Yeah, chromosomes.
Okay.
So there's all these categories that we fall under where, like right now I'm a grade 2. It's really hard on a lot of us,
right?
Because we get misdiagnosed when we're younger. Then we go to another doctor and he says, "Oh no, you're this. No, you're that. Oh no, you have 2 X's. Oh no, you don't. Your lab result came back and you have XY." And then another doctor says, "Oh no, you have XXY or you have XX or YY." It's like, I don't care. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm a human being.
Right.
I don't give a whatever.
Bleep.
Yeah. And it's like, the intersex society, we don't a lot of us don't care to be, we're not transgenders. We're not,
Well, so intersex is not transgender.
No, we're not.
Now, so all right, I'm just gonna take a moment here. If anybody here has questions for us while we're on the air, you can give us a call, 707-545-0318, and we'd like to help clear up some of your confusion, or maybe you could help us clear up some of our confusion.
Yeah, help clear Scott's confusion. And I could, and I'll just talk personally about, my background or story real quick.
Yeah.
Is that I was born, and I was very fortunate that my real father, I lost my parents in a, here's a quick, PSA, don't drink and drive. I lost my parents to a drunk driver, and I was put in the hospital for some time. But my natural father, though, being in the military at that time, was able to be in that, operating room when I was born, and then just said, no, whatever that, between, I had almost a little bit bigger than a micro penis, but I also had a slight vaginal opening. And back in the 50s, the doctors were so quick to cut. And my dad said, no, leave that alone.
Wait. Doctors will just decide what to do with a child's genitals.
Yes.
Logically speaking, that sounds a little bit messed up.
Yeah.
Like, what if, a kid, has, some sort of intersex, genital condition, and, it's cut off, and but they totally identify as being male.
Yeah.
So what do? Do they just try to raise the kid as being presenting female?
Well, at least in my case, very, very fortunately for my first 7.5, almost 8 years of my life, I was raised as mostly as a boy.
Okay.
And I was adopted, and I was put in the hospital 11 months. So when my adopted parents grabbed me, they already had an adopted son. Then my mother, unfortunately, she wanted a girl.
Okay.
So I come home from school one day, and I see some feminine looking underwear in a package on my bed.
What is this?
Yeah, that's what I said.
What?
And some girls' undershirts and with a little bow on the top. And I went, what? You know, am I having a sister or, you know, and I noticed that they were gradually starting to call me a different name. Things were changing for me. And mind you, I had a serious head injury, so I wasn't like, I was kind of foggy and I just, you know, I started noticing transitioning, but not sure what was going on.
Right.
Next thing I know is I'm wearing girls' underwear and dresses, and now I'm a girl.
What?
Yeah. So
what?
Yeah. And then I'm given hormones for breast development. And so I was brought up for 40 something years as a female.
So they turned you into a girl.
Correct.
Against your will.
Yes. And my brain is absolutely 100 and some odd 1,000% male. And I had a penis in between my legs.
Oh my God.
So
how is this even legal?
Well, nowadays this wouldn't be legal. This would be child abuse and what have you.
Like, it doesn't matter if you're intersex or you know, or cis or trans.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're being forced to present and be a different way, and you were chemically being altered.
Correct, I was. She told me they were like vitamins or something, and I remember hearing my parents at night fighting over it. My dad was cool. He was going, "You can't be doing that. You can't be giving, you know, her these things. This is, you know." And I remember those fights, but
oh my God.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. And I would go in my brother's room and steal his underwear and put those on and
just feel comfortable again.
Well, yeah, I mean, I developed rashes.
Yeah,
well, wearing Mary Janes and stuff. You know, I was like, ew. And I'd sneak in the boys' bathroom, and I got caught a few times going to the bathroom. You know, and
yeah,
got pretty beat up by my mom for standing to pee, and it was bad. It was bad. So people out there, if you have children that are, you know, even I tell people at the Santa Rosa Junior College when I do talks, just if your kid wants to play with dolls, if it's a boy and he wants to play with dolls, if it's a girl wants to play with, you know, fire trucks, let them. Don't be changing don't be playing with your kids' minds.
Yeah,
it's the worst thing you can do.
Oh my gosh.
You know,
and just to let our audience know, I met Scott while doing some public speaking at SRJC on an LGBT panel, but which was for the most part trans and intersex. And I spoke, and then I hear Scott's story, and I'm just like, holy crap! I have no concept of this. Like, this is profound. This is a book, you know. But Scott, so you I'm just trying to wrap my head around this here. So when you were a kid, you're given girl hormones.
Correct.
It's as a transsexual woman, I'm 25 years old. I started hormones a year ago. And I'm taking girl hormones, and they're changing my body quite a bit.
Right. Yes.
But as you get older, it's diminishing returns. So you taking those hormones at such a young age, that must have, wow. So that must have changed your body.
Fortunately, I never got hips. The only thing I developed were some painful breasts, and but no, I didn't get. You know, I was still I looked masculine. I still was called a boy, which upset my mother. So I was tomboyish. I still kind of had, I developed a little femininity. Sorry, folks. I was a handsome female, if that makes sense. You know, if you saw me, if I put makeup on, I was actually a halfway decent looking woman when I got older, but in a handsome way. But I never had, you know, wide hips or anything like that, because that was the male part of me. That was, you know, a guy in me.
Well, that's good, because that would have been so dysphoric for you.
Oh yeah, it would have been horrific. And then growing up, having to, you know, tuck. I have one testicle, and my perineum is not. It's a little on the odd side. It's not. It's fused. So I had almost like a lady, almost.
So and just for a lot of our audience members who don't know where the perineum is, isn't that in between the anus and the testicles?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So that's part of the intersex.
Okay.
And that's going to be surgically corrected this year. So anyway, yeah, you know, growing up and having to hide yourself, that was pretty traumatic.
Oh my gosh.
Then I would, you know, I would play the game, you know, society, being younger. I'm not knocking anything, but I had to be careful in high school. I mean, I never looked at myself as, I don't think, I wasn't gay. I mean, I wasn't attracted to both male and I wasn't attracted to women, but I played the game for society's whatever. In high school, I always had a boyfriend, but when it started to come down to, oh, well, let's go to bed or let's make out or let's do whatever, then I would end the relationship because, you know, didn't want the guy seeing me down there.
Right. That would have,
I would have been beat up or.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was kind of the story of my life there. And then just real quick, I decided 5 years ago, hey, enough is enough. Had my top surgery and got on my testosterone to kind of counteract.
Good.
You know, get the beard coming back in because it started coming in.
Wait, so when did you go on the testosterone?
5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
5 years ago. This month or August, I guess.
All right. Happy birthday.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
So, wow. I mean, this is really unique. I've never heard of a story like this before, and just what's so profoundly like just blows my mind is that you know, other than, you know, we're talking a lot about your experience as a person who is intersex.
Correct.
But you've accomplished a great deal in your life considering, you know, this that's happened to you. You like pulled yourself up by your bootstraps, so to speak.
Actually joined the military. I was a cop, and yeah.
Oh, sure.
The military was an experience in itself. Yeah, that was how I got in.
Yeah,
it's another story.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's no stop sign on my chest. And.
All right. Well, hey, let's we're gonna take a musical break for a moment here, and then I wanna get back and I wanna ask you some more about some of this stuff. We've got some listeners online. We've got people listening all over the Bay Area here.
Great.
And if anybody else is interested in learning more about this or has very specific questions about people who are intersex, I'll also at some point want to ask, you know, how it relates to people who are trans. That's always something that's there's been a point of confusion for a lot of people. So,
okay.
All right. If anybody has any questions, you can give us a call, 707-545-0318. You can also tweet us at The Queer Life, and we, you know, we'll try to address your questions over the air. If you want to watch this feed, you know, this radio show is available to be watched on the interwebs. So go to thequeerlife.org or follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/thequeerlife. All right, here's a little bit of justice. case anybody doesn't know, I'm rain dancing right now.
KBBF 89.1, contigo, ayer, hoy y siempre.
Hello, everybody. My name is Elaine B. Holt, and I'm the host and producer of a radio show here at KBBF 89.1 FM called Women's Spaces, which is dedicated to ordinary women doing extraordinary things. You can listen to the show every Monday from 11 to 12 noon. Thank you so much for listening.
Los mercados de granjeros ofrecen varias ventajas sobre los supermercados convencionales. Brindan frutas y verduras frescas, usualmente cultivadas cerca de donde usted vive. Le permiten probarlas antes de comprarlas y usted puede preguntar cómo puede prepararlas en casa. Aproveche los mercados de granjeros en su localidad y ayúdelos a que sigan ofreciendo una mayor variedad de alimentos. Vaya tempranito para poder seleccionar mejor sus frutas y verduras frescas y al mejor precio. Mensaje de la Universidad de California.
Niños como yo escuchan KBBF 89.1 FM, la voz de tu comunidad, porque es divertida.
Hello, everybody. You are listening to The Queer Life on KBBF 89.1 LGBT News Roundtable Discussion. I'm your host, Kaya Kramer, and I am, as always, joined with Mandy Howard.
Now, when you say modern perspectives, does that mean we don't count anything more like antiquated or...
Nothing old.
Nothing old. We don't consider their perspectives.
No, too old.
Too old to begin the training.
And our guest for this evening is Scott. Scott is an intersex man with amazing life experiences. If you have any questions, again, you can give us a call here in the studio. 707-545-0318. So, Scott, thank you for joining us on this show.
No problem. Thank you.
So, intersex. I'm just still trying to wrap myself around your story here.
Okay. So am I.
you were from age 0 to 7. You were, you have male genitalia, or you have a penis.
Yeah.
And
it's 8 inches long.
Yeah. That's
it's a guy thing. I'm sorry.
That's better than most people.
I'm sorry. Why do do that?
Medical. So, fully functioning, and so
and a good imagination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long walks on the beach.
Yeah. Okay. My bad.
Our office number in the studio is.
Yeah, I know. Okay, it's a guy thing. What can I say?
All right, bro.
Yeah. I'm sorry. We need to laugh.
No, that's we
laugh quite a bit.
We laugh quite a bit on the show, and we've actually gotten some criticism in the past saying, "Is like, hey, I love your show. I love the topics that you're going about, but I think that you're giggling and laughing too much."
I think we really aren't really doing enough half the time.
Yeah, and it's
the subject matter. Sometimes if you're too if you're too tight on the subject matter or whatever it is, and it is around our sexuality and it's about transgender, homosexuality, it's about gay, it's about everything. You know what? If you cannot laugh at yourself, then you know what? I'm sorry.
It's
sad.
That's why we say here on our show, come with us to Rainbow Land, where unicorns are made of fudge and cotton candy, and everything is free.
Well, I like the free part.
Yes.
So can people join your Minecraft server?
Yes, I've got a Minecraft server called Rainbow.
Rainbow Land.
Well, this station, I mean, this is the place to learn now. I mean, because there are people out here, I know it, that really are hurting, and they do need to learn what's going on, and lives need to be saved, and so this radio station or your particular program is very vitally important to the audience, and so let's help people.
Well, thank you so much. We just want to let a lot of people out there know that for one, with the media, people know that we exist, but we need people to see queer identified people, no matter what trajectory or identification. Know that we're out there, we're doing work, community, and we're not hiding. And there's no reason for anybody else to hide. And so, at the end of most episodes, after we've had like a good laugh, watching double rainbows,
and maybe even a good cry every once in a while.
A good cry, we've cried
healthy.
during. Oh my gosh, with the one with the little kid. Oh
that
my
was
gosh.
horrible. We
Oh
had
my
to talk
god.
after
Just like decompress a little bit. But anyway, it's so. If any of you out there, are questioning yourself in terms of your gender identity, your sexual orientation, if you have somebody out there who is questioning, or you yourself are already out, so somebody else who's out and they're having a hard time, help them out. Give them a call, shoot them a text, message them on Facebook. Hey, I think you're a rad person. I'm glad to be your friend. Something like that can go
a long way. Oh my god. Yeah.
So we share these stories, and Scott shares his stories. He does a lot of public speaking, and he's done a huge amount of work. Brilliant, great stuff. And it's so important that these messages get out there, because it's not all pizzas and cream. We gotta. I know it's not peaches and cream, Mandy. It's I say pizzas and cream.
Well, everyone loves pizzas and cream.
Yeah, I mean, come on, it's California pizza.
That would be za and cream. Get it right.
Za. Oh gosh, that's
SoCal.
Yeah, that's hella weird.
I am a SoCal girl.
But so Scott, the first 7 years of your life, presenting male, raised male, then all of a sudden you come home, girl clothes,
we moved away from the city, and we're back in a Marin County small town, and different new school, and hello.
Hormones being put in your Cheerios, like
they were like a vitamin, and then I had to go to the doctor for a shot, as I recall. Pretty I'll use the word traumatic.
That's
a good word.
That's a pretty fitting word for being a young dude and then all of a sudden growing boobs.
And they were very painful, as I recall.
Oh, I get that. I've been understanding that for the last year.
I think it will get better. Sorry to hear that.
No, it's fine. I'm happy about that.
For you,
from my angle.
From my angle, it was very ouch.
But, and then it wasn't up until 5 years ago that you were presenting female,
correct,
and living your life
female
as a woman,
correct.
That's incredible.
It sucked. Sorry for sorry for that word, but
No.
also for women out there, for me, it was not my thing. It was not for me. I'm not saying being a woman is a bad thing, but it is when you have a male some male genitalia, and my brain is male. So
Yeah.
living as a female, presenting as a female to society was not my thing. So yeah.
So you dated?
Dated men and just wasn't. I'm like, this is I
And
couldn't handle it.
And you went to the military.
Correct.
Wow. So did you present female in the military?
Yeah, I had to be female. I actually passed MEPS. The reason why
Wait, what's MEPS?
Yeah, that's where you go to Oakland and you go through physical and psychological, and they actually knew they let me in because I had breasts. They let me in because my second birth certificate that my adopted parents had arranged by a judge had female identifier on it. My original has male.
Okay.
And I was also 32 years old when I went in, and I had a law enforcement background, and I was all gung-ho, and I had all these expertise in certain things. And this was Desert Storm breaking out. And so the military just wants bodies and expertise.
Right.
And so they sort of just ignored the downstairs, and they said, well, you're going to be a squad leader, platoon sergeant, you're going to be everything. So automatically you're going to get your own room, even during basic training. You might just share another person, but we'll take care of you. Just tuck it. No problem.
Wow. Wow.
So all 20 years of my military career, one person found out about or saw me downstairs, except for 3 drill sergeants knew, a captain knew, a chaplain knew, and 1 general knew.
And nobody gave you a hard time about this at all?
No, because they looked at me as total female.
Wow. Wow.
They didn't really care what was downstairs.
Right, just as long as you could do your job.
Correct.
And that you did.
Yeah, I did.
For 20 years.
For 20.
Wow. Okay, so law enforcement, military career, officer.
Motorcycle racer.
Motorcycle. Whoa.
So-
Whoa.
So if you look at it, I'm all guy. I mean,
Yeah, it's pretty
women do
bro.
it.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
not the women. Yeah, like you're saying, not the women don't do this.
Yeah,
but
correct.
Like, that's like,
But yeah, my whole life I was a jock, a professional athlete. I mean, I'm just all
yeah,
guy all my whole
kind of
life.
testosterone activities.
Correct. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But women do it too.
Well, I know. Yeah.
Yeah,
And it doesn't
I mean,
make any of them any less of a woman.
That's correct.
Yeah.
But I have to, be very
Yeah.
stern about that too, because
Right.
I competed against some women motorcycle racers. They kicked my ass.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, but I mean, really, I mean, I never did anything feminine. I just, except wore Mary Jane's dresses. So
Do you even own a single dress? I see you in like plaid or flannel a lot.
if I had a dress in my house, I'll burn the whole house down. No.
I was never a fan of the flannel myself.
Yeah.
I
You know, he looks good in it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Maybe we can bring you over and chop some wood at the house. For us.
Actually, we do need bigger, strong men around.
This is true.
I lost a lot of weight. So.
Yeah. But so 5 years ago, you got, I would say, back.
Yeah, I got
on
fed up.
testosterone.
Yeah, I actually had to. You know, what's real funny is that when I wasn't on the prescribed testosterone, I was actually beefier, more masculine-ish, body-wise. I was more muscular, and now I'm on prescribed testosterone, and I lost weight, and my muscle tone is kind of a little, not as much now. So it's really weird. I can't explain it, but the doctors just said, yeah, we need to put you on testosterone because you've gotten older and you've lost some. And
right. Have you had your levels tested and everything?
yeah, they periodically, they test it.
Oh, okay.
So being intersex, it's harder for me than the transgender guys.
Yeah. So what was explained to me by my doctor, and for the audience members who do not know, my name is Kaya. I am your host. I am a transsexual woman. and I am on hormone replacement therapy as well. But my experience is much different than Scott's here, in terms of the reasons why, and that we'll cover that in a little bit here. But range of hormonal levels for healthy men, for testosterone, it ranges anywhere from 250 to 1,000.
Correct.
And for normal men, just like hormonally speaking, that's, hate using the word normal.
I know. I don't like labels.
Yeah. For the typical man, the estrogen level is less than 50, and it's pretty much the opposite when it comes to a woman, though. Except women's estrogen levels can't really spike up too high. That's not really healthy.
Right.
So the normal range for women is estrogen levels between 200 and 400, and testosterone less than 50. So if you think about it, hormonally speaking, there's not a lot of difference. It's only a couple 100 points away from going one way or the other.
Right.
But those couple 100 points make a big difference in terms of emotional well-being and physicality.
Oh, that's so true.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So how's it feel to be to be back on the T train?
Oh man. It hasn't really affected my emotional, I mean, I have road rage, but no, that's just from idiots on the road. No, I pretty maintain. I'm about the same. There's no spikes or lows or anything like that. I just, I noticed when they first put me on shots, I had some blemishes on my back. Didn't affect my face at all.
Right.
So, and my hair, oh my God, whoever's in my jeans, I thank them. I look up at the sky a lot and go, thank you, Grandpa, or whoever, because unfortunately, not for all guys, but some of the men that are put on testosterone, they lose a lot of their hair within the first couple of years. That's not everybody. So any guys out there, don't be panicking, but it's in your genes. Okay. Just remember that it's not the T that's doing it. It's in your hereditary. It's in your family. So
it's the DNA.
Yeah. It's in the DNA. Okay. So I'm not going to go on T. I don't want, don't panic. So I was just very fortunate that it's in my DNA that I still have a full head of hair for being on T for 5 years. So I'm like, oh, thank you. So,
well, there you go.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, but being intersex, putting on testosterone, it has been a challenge for my endocrinologist, trying to balance it out. So that's,
And so you're working with an endocrinologist through who?
Am I allowed to say on air?
Yeah, you're allowed to say.
Oh, yeah. Kaiser.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And so you and I, we had a conversation about this earlier, because I wasn't aware that Kaiser treated intersex patients.
Yeah.
The
better.
Where, right, legally.
Yeah.
How do they classify you?
Well, let's see. I've had outside doctors classify me, and I've had Kaiser classify me. Right now, I'm like, I want to say it properly. Well, I'm between a grade 3 and a grade 4.
Did you learn cursive yet? No.
yeah, really. Actually, I'm a grade 3 and a grade 2. I correct myself. And I'm under the partial androgen insensitivity syndrome. Whatever that is.
That's a mouthful.
Yes, it is. And it's almost like, okay, that's nice. And I don't really care.
Yeah.
It's like I look in the mirror, I see something really nice and fits me now.
Yeah, your reflection's like, sup, bro?
Yeah. And after my surgery, I'll go, wow, now I'm even happier.
Wait, so surgery?
Yeah, I have to get my urethra corrected because it doesn't quite, I almost said doesn't go to my dipstick doesn't quite reach my well, never mind. It's like,
it was going somewhere.
Yeah. I just have to get my urethra corrected, and I'm getting a testicle and my perineum more smoothed out.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's no big deal, but that's something I want.
Yeah.
So when I get a partner, you know, they're not looking down there going, ew, you know, what's that? And if they do that, you're out of my bed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're walking home.
You're walking home. Because if somebody starts judging you down, looking at your body and going, what's that? Why is that? Why can't you, you know, how come you don't have two testicles and you only have one, you know?
Yeah. This is
I mean,
for
if they
you.
ask nicely.
Yeah. I
No.
mean, obviously you don't want to be with somebody who has that kind of
issues,
but this is for you.
Yeah. This is for me.
Yeah.
Just so I could go in the locker room and not have guys going, hey, dude, what's that? I'll say, I was a war injury, you know.
Yeah.
Stepped on a grenade or something.
Yeah.
That's not funny. But,
no.
Because I was injured in the war. But, you know, but yeah, people can be so cold and judgmental, but I'm doing this surgery for me.
Absolutely understand. So do you feel, since, would you say 5 years ago, you've been using male facilities? And
oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll be honest with you, the very first time, and I remember the building, I remember the time, I remember everything when I walked in.
Wow.
You know, well, I never felt right going in a woman's restroom. I was always sick. You know, I was like, God, I don't feel right being in a woman's room. And I always had to sit to go to the bathroom. A couple of times I actually stood and I was like, oops, you know, what's this woman thinking? You know, you have brain farts.
Right,
but,
right.
No, yeah, I'll just never forget, you know, going in the men's room.
Yeah.
How good that felt, but yet how frightened I was because I was in a building that people always saw me as a female.
Right.
And now they're starting to see me as male.
Right.
And I'll never, this one lady looked at me like, what the heck are you doing going in a men's room? You know, I was like,
going to use the urinal, going to drain the main vein, you know, as they say.
Yeah. Yeah, my 8-incher ring.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I had to. Yeah.
It is getting hot in here.
Yeah. But no, you know, but it was a horrid and yet scary and yet just embarrassing feeling all in once.
Yeah.
And now it's nothing. It's just like, whatever. Just do it.
Yeah, it's normal.
It's totally normal.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Do you still feel any anxiety or fear going into the locker room and having to change?
No, because I mean, if you saw me naked, you'd see it. Yeah, I mean, you can't. You would have to look.
Oh, okay.
Just kind of. I would have to lift it up, and you'd go, "Oh, guy
wow."
Doesn't have
okay. Right.
Testicles kind of small, and I mean,
right.
You'd have to be gawking at.
Yeah, you'd have to be looking at it, be checking it out. And most guys in the locker room,
we're not
checking each other. It's like nice. Looking good, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, I'm actually unusually for an intersex person though. I will say this. I'm not bragging. Okay. But I have to. Well, because a lot of people think intersex people, and many of them are. I want to insult them, but some intersex people are rather on the smaller side.
Yeah, you know, it's like they'd have a micro penis or something.
Correct.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but
yeah.
That, you know, I'm just saying fact. And then, and I was very fortunate, and the testosterone helped me big time.
Right.
And I'm rather kind of girthy and big.
Well. Wow. Okay. So. Well, fantastic. So we're gonna take a little musical break here.
Good, because I'm dying of embarrassment right now.
Oh no, I am just. It's starting to heat up in here a little bit for some of these, some of the hosts in here. So let's listen to a little bit more music. We're gonna take a break here. If anybody else has any questions for us, give us a call, 707-545-0318. You can also tweet us at The Queer Life. You can watch this episode live right now as we're speaking. You can also check it out later. It's also recorded on there. Go to www.thequeerlife.org, and OMG, I just put lipstick on the microphone. You can also go to facebook.com/thequeerlife.
Where's your mind?
Yes. But anyway, so just relax, have some fun, enjoy some music. We're gonna come back and we're gonna talk some more about Scott's amazing, brilliant life and his giant
Ego.
ego.
There you go. That's better.
There we go. So.
You're listening to KBBF FM 89.1 Calistoga, the radio home of the Healdsburg Prune Packers.
What up, y'all? This is DJ Broken Record. Make sure to tune in to the
The Broken Record Radio Show.
Here on KBBF 89.1 FM in the North Bay. Every Monday night at 9 p.m. to hear dance music from all over the world. News, current events, interviews, and exclusive tracks and mixes from producers and DJs. Broken Record Radio Show, Monday nights at 9 on KBBF 89.1 FM.
Does anybody know what time it is? Yes, it's the time to be happy. Mi nombre es Samuel y yo soy el futuro y me gusta escuchar KBBF para estar bien preparado. KBBF Radio that motivates profound thoughts in children.
Hello, everybody. You are listening to The Queer Life on KBBF 89.1 LGBT News, Modern Perspectives, Roundtable Discussion, and Interviews. I am your host, Kaya Kramer. I am joined, as always, with my co-host, Mandy Howard.
Excited radio boys, welcome.
Woo! And we are joined this evening with our very special guest, Scott. Thank you so much for staying here and not being scared off after the first hour.
Wait, Kaya, if I promise to leave the room, will you interview Scott doing your BBC voice?
Oh my god.
I'll probably have to leave the room, but
Yeah, that was awful. You had me lose it.
Oh, no. she put on a NPR, BBC, like.
Oh yeah. It appears Scott is an intersex man.
Well, two can play that game.
Every question ends with a question.
The first 7 years of his life, he was raised male. One day he came home and he was made to be a woman.
Oh no.
We need musical
That is
like
too
background. Do we have soft piano music?
Yeah, I should, I need to figure out this whole sound
God,
effects
did he
thing,
have
so.
to wear Mary Jane's?
Tune in next week to find out more. I think that's getting a little bit into like cartoon.
Yeah, that's more like Super Friends,
Yeah, like a SpongeBob news announcer.
Oh, by the way, did I tell you I had an English accent when I was little?
Oh wow. Okay. So did your parents try to get that out of you too?
I eventually lost it.
What's messed up is he didn't even identify as English. They forced the accent onto him by living there.
See, there's my English flag. Flag tattoo. Union Jack. Yeah.
Wow. So you are going to be getting so I just want to yell at all those who are listening. If you have any questions, we are talking about intersex. And if you're not sure what it is or you have missed the first part of the show, you can go to thequeerlife.org and watch this episode. It's probably be at the top of the list there. Yes, I said watch. We have a video feed inside the studio. You can also tweet us at thequeerlife. There's also like a little question and answer little widget on the little video too. So if you're watching it, you can ask us any questions you like, or you can just have it running in the background, at your business. We're very business friendly in a way that talks about penises and vaginas a lot. So, and if anybody's wondering when our show ends, I am not going to tell you when our show ends. As far as you're concerned, our show is going to be all night long for the next week. So if you don't call in now and pledge $1,000, we're not going to get off in the next hour.
We may just stay until midnight.
We'll just stay on.
Play Britney Spears.
We're going to play Britney
over
and
over. And Gaga, right?
And Gaga and Katy Perry and
pledge.
we just did have a pledge last week.
Oh wow.
So
you know what? If you don't ask questions, you're not going to learn.
Yeah, ask questions, learn. Just
don't be afraid.
Join the 21st century. We're in the 21st, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So join the 21st century and jump on it. Kimosabe, jump on it. Anyway.
Yeah. Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid.
Even though it's Halloween.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
Remember, there's never any
Yeah.
such thing as a stupid question.
No, only stupid people.
Yeah. And drivers. And drivers. Yes.
You can call us in, but don't call while you're driving. Please
Yeah.
don't. Unless you've got one of those hands-free things, and a
Bluetooth,
headset.
Bluetooth.
And Bluetooth,
Yeah.
But
So anyway, let's be serious for a second.
yeah.
Okay, seconds up.
Serious mode. So you are getting so what
All right.
do they have a name for these medical these surgical procedures?
Yeah. Well, mine's just like well, my surgery's not really a name. It's like just fix it.
Just
fix it. Fix it.
So you go into the hospital and tell them to just fix it.
Yeah, I go into the hospital and just fix it.
Yeah.
That must be hard
Correct
for
it.
to get insurance to pay for just fix it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, now believe it or not, I actually had a hard time getting Kaiser to kind of fix it.
Mm-hmm.
And believe it or not, I'm
Wow.
under the umbrella of the transgender.
Yes.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Yeah, yeah,
whoa,
yeah,
whoa,
yeah,
whoa, whoa,
yeah.
whoa, whoa.
Yep.
Yep.
Intersex falls under
Intersex
transgender.
falls under the transgender for, I don't know if it's for insurance reasons. I don't care because it's being fixed. But
Wow.
I couldn't get it fixed for cosmetic reason. Because I went to Kaiser
Okay.
and I said, look, I'm having this urethra issue. I was born with this. I'm intersex. And the minute I said intersex, they went, oh, really? Well, you fall under the category of transgender.
Yeah, that's
And I went,
yeah.
oh, okay.
That's so weird. So
Okay.
they're calling you trans.
Yeah, I'm under
Yeah.
transgender.
Wow. But it's just weird because you're not a trans man.
It is. I'm like
I'm-
in the
I'm
gray
confused
area.
here.
Well, I would say under the transgender umbrella that nowadays it usually comes to mean people who fall outside of the typical gender binary. In other words,
Right.
Yeah.
in other words, whether you're transsexual, intersex, genderqueer, if you fall outside of what's considered to be the average boy-girl paradigm, then you're transgender.
Right. But but the intersex community doesn't.
No.
They frown on being in this category.
Yeah, it's
Which is
like
kind
being
of-
Puerto Rican and then being called an American.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, especially if you don't live in America. I mean, that's crazy.
Well,
Puerto Rico is a part of the United States.
Well, it's a territory, yeah.
yeah.
But
U.S. of A. They get McDonald's, they drink beer, and
This
eat
is
chicken
true,
fingers.
this is true,
and, I don't think so.
And there again, we're playing with labels but I got Kaiser fairly. Kaiser should take care of.
Yeah.
I paid $918 a month for insurance, and so yeah, I wanted. They should pay for it.
Cover it, fix it.
Yeah, like I said, fix it.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I would go fix it, and they're like, yeah.
Well, they kind of looked at it
Yeah.
like, yeah, you were once, labeled female, you had breasts, and then I had them surgically removed. Now you're on testosterone, so we're labeling you. Label, there's that word. Label. We're labeling you as a transgender man.
Yeah. So when did you get your breasticles removed?
My breasticles.
Yes.
Technical term.
Breasticles.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
my
Say it's
breasticles.
scientific.
Yes.
Okay, my breasticles.
Yeah, we keep it medical here. For
breasticles.
those who are not
Never heard that.
medically trained, breasticles is a scientific term for.
Okay.
They're actually
Yeah.
named more after the formations that come off of the top of cave ceilings.
Oh, okay.
It's
icicles. Okay.
think stalactite, stalagmite,
Stalagmite, breasticle.
You guys, you kill me. All right. Well, I don't like the word breast anyway because it's a psychological thing for me.
Yes.
So those
yeah.
breasticles were removed August of 2009.
Wow.
And I sold 2 motorcycles that I was very fond of, but I sold them in one weekend. So I earned $8,500.
So
I got them off.
a motorcycle per boob.
I never thought of it that way. And I actually had about $1,000 or so left over, and I donated it to the Cancer Society, Breast Cancer Society.
Aren't you a heart bleeder here? Oh my
No,
god.
I felt bad because there's women out there that have breast cancer, or dying of breast cancer, or whatever, and here I am removing mine, and I felt, I could have used the money for something else, but I felt so guilt-ridden cutting them off that I donated it to the Breast Society, Cancer Society.
Well, I mean, that's sort of how I feel with my gender reassignment surgery. If I could just give it to somebody.
Give it to a trans guy.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to do that. Then nothing
Yeah.
What are you trying to say?
Yeah.
I'm just saying you don't have enough to spare.
Oh. Well, I can give you some of mine.
Not like Scott.
Just because I'm Asian, okay.
Well, I have 4 inches I can donate.
Oh my god, this is too much right now.
Okay. All right, people, I'm not like that. We're all kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah. We're all doctors. I mean,
well, I have a medical background for real. But,
well, Scott has a medical background. I don't. It's just Kaya and
fun.
Tomfoolery once again. But anyway,
it's all in fun.
Wow. So wait, when are these surgical procedures under? And during the break, you said it was a local doctor.
Correct.
Yeah.
He's out of San Francisco. Or now out of, well, his office now is in Green Bay in Marin County.
So, is it right if I mention this doctor's name? Is that?
I believe so. Yeah. Why
not? Dr. Crane.
Curtis Crane.
Yeah, Dr. Curtis Crane. He's through the Kaiser system.
Well, no, actually, he's not.
Or he's
contracted.
Right.
Through Kaiser.
Okay. Yeah.
And he's one of. Can I plug him? I mean, can I say he's the best? One of the best?
It's.
I don't.
No.
Yeah.
It's,
okay.
yeah.
Well, he's well known. I can say that he's well known.
Well known. Experienced.
Very.
Okay.
He does. He's a urologist.
Okay.
He took over a very well established practice from Dr. Brownstein, I believe it was.
Yeah. Right.
Michael Brownstein, who used to do all the trans men's breast removal.
Okay.
So he took over his business.
A very well known, very established practice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because I heard of Dr. Curtis Crane because I'm going through the Kaiser system as well.
Okay, great.
And for gender reassignment surgery as a transsexual woman, I'm not going to touch too much on that, but he was one of the options for doctors, and they said you could either go with Dr. Curtis Crane or Dr. Toby Meltzer, and so it's. These are the options available to, people who are seeking these kinds of surgical procedures.
Correct.
So, fantastic. So when exactly is this happening?
Pretty soon. Pretty
soon.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've had the consultation.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have another one with him.
Okay. Great. Well.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm satisfied with him.
Wow.
He's a great guy. He's got great, bedside manner. I mean, and I did a lot of research.
Yeah.
So if you ever do any kind of procedure or anything, do your homework.
So so you must be excited.
I'm very excited. Yeah, of course. I mean, I waited my whole life to, be a man, first of all, who I rightfully am.
Right.
And then now to have this corrected and be able to,
So they're gonna fix the urethral opening.
Correct.
They're gonna give you a prosthetic second testicle.
Correct.
And they're gonna
smooth out,
the perineum.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah. So now I can sleep down more confidently.
Yeah.
At ball games.
So have you done the beach and all that? Or
No,
not yet.
I always wear a bathing suit.
Okay.
I don't want to scare.
They're called swim trunks or
swim
speedos.
trunks. They're speedos.
Yeah.
He just said he didn't want to scare anybody.
Yeah, I don't. I don't want to be arrested.
Well, because you can't, 8 inches instead of a speedo.
It's the Loch Ness monster.
Yeah. Well, I kept tripping on it. You know, if I go naked, then I keep tripping on it.
Yeah.
You know, I have to tie it in a knot all the time.
You know, it's like at the YMCA when you walk into the men's locker room, and it's just like I just remember being like a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old kid walking around, and like, there's big, you're like really tiny, and like this guy's like walking around like with, a penis the size of your forearm.
Oh my God! Please don't hit me with that.
And like, it's like that thing that kind of scared me. I remember growing up thinking, oh my God, everybody is like a foot longer than me.
Well, yeah, you're 2 years old. And you're
what part of the country are you in?
yeah, really. That's a forearm.
I was gonna say, ask Scott what it has been like for you to enter. I know you've been doing it for a while now, but to enter male-only spaces,
Yeah.
Because I know for us as trans women, it's to enter female-only spaces is pretty
scary.
Scary. It's very, very scary. I mean, we're super nervous. I mean, if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, no. That's why I'm here. Yeah. I'm pretty confident. I feel when I look in the mirror now, I mean, nobody calls me ma'am. Nobody, no, not anymore. I mean, even clean shaven. Right now, I have like a 5 o'clock shadow, and I feel a little more confident when I have a 5 o'clock shadow. That's my own vanity, my insecurities.
Yeah.
So when I'm clean shaven, I'm a little insecure. But no, I get served all the time, and that's getting better and better. But when I do walk in the male facility or a locker room or whatever, nobody takes a second look at me. They just kind of go, hey, bro. They,
What's up, bro?
Yeah, hey, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, nice meeting.
Do they fist bump in the restroom?
If somebody did that, I'd
be like, "What's up with you?"
Yeah. No, I'd be flattered. Someone,
But you see, we're the opposite. When we have 5 o'clock shadow, we feel less confident.
Yeah.
Well, that's obvious. I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer for and you guys don't. So, no, I'm okay now in that area. So
a lot of people seem to think that intersex and transgender are the same thing.
And no, it's not.
And so
no,
intersex is a physical condition.
Correct. It's actually like it's God. Intersex. All right. See that is, oh God, intersex. I almost cringe when someone says, "What's intersex?" I kind of go, "Oh God, you have 3 hours."
We have to.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, we have less than that.
Yeah,
oh right. Oh my gosh! Wow, it's already 7:18. Look at
that. Oh God, I want so badly to just go. Well, it's this, and this. And it's not. I can't do it like that.
It's like asking somebody what's their top 5 favorite movies.
Well, did we cover already how many conditions there actually are under
God, there's thousands.
There
is. There's literally thousands of
thousands.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, seriously.
You're kidding.
That's why I kind of roll my eyes and go, "Oh my God, do you have like 6 hours?"
Yeah. Wow, we need like a seminar.
Yeah, I know.
Perhaps we should have a private off-the-air episode, a secret show,
there's
marathon.
There's environmental type intersex. There's there's medical.
Now, is there any kind of dissension within the intersex community? If there is a community,
there is a community of intersex. There's a place here in Santa Rosa which I haven't connected with them yet. So I should.
Wow.
But I'm not a kind of person that likes to join groups or whatever because I'm just like an individual. I'm a person. I'm just happen to be intersex, and that's it. I don't dwell on it.
Yeah.
I don't care if I'm intersex or not. I don't make a big issue of it. I'm not. That's just the way I am. But there is one thing I did kind of want to hit up on. I'd love to answer your question, but it's so whatever. It's so long. It's like there's many different types of intersexism. You could be medical. You can be inside intersex. That means your chromosomes are intersex. Your genitalia shows you're intersex and or not. Or you could be environmentally intersex.
Environmentally?
Yeah, I don't even ask what that means. Okay, but it's confusing. Okay, I'm confusing the living out of your audience. But
Ah.
what they can do is go on the internet and Google intersex, and that will really help calm them down and explain a lot more about the intersex. But what's important is that it's no big deal. It's more common than you think. You might even be intersex and not know it until after death. Or if you like to know if you're intersex, go to your doctor and ask for a chromosome blood test. And they will know. They'll know if you have extra XX or XY or whatever. And
So you can go to the doctor and ask them if you're intersex.
Yeah. Just say, hey, I
Wow.
want to know if I'm intersex or not because I feel different, or I'm just curious, or I have a relative who's intersex. It might be in my DNA or what have you.
Right.
But again, so what if you are? It's no big deal.
Right.
Who cares? But there's myths out there that the intersex community doesn't really we frown on. There's like 5 myths that hurt the intersex community.
Right.
Intersex people all have intermediate genitalia, and that's not true. A lot of the intersex people have perfectly normal genitalia, and everybody in society thinks that, our genitalias are like really weird, or we have like a vagina and a penis, or, just society just thinks we're weird downstairs.
Right.
And that's not true. And also, people will date an intersex person solely for their genitalia. I actually had a girlfriend once want to date me.
What?
Yeah.
What?
You're going. What?
Is that kind of like a chaser?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A chaser.
Some people think that an intersex person has really cool genitalia and will only date that person just solely for their genitalia and not for that person themselves.
Huh.
And that
This is
happens quite a
something that I'm familiar with.
Yeah. So let's see. So we deal with that also.
Wow.
Okay, it's not just transgender or whatever.
So they call them tranny chasers. In the trans community, that's kind of a not so polite term to use.
Well, that's why I just say chasers.
Yeah. Do they call you inner chasers or?
I never heard of a term, but that does happen. They want to know, well, what's an intersex person's genitalia really
Would that
look
make them
like?
intersexual?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but I just think it's a cold person that does that. And,
Yeah. I mean, it's just it fetishizes your experience.
Yeah. So that's a myth that it's not too cool, and
right,
or it does happen. Intersex conditions are always diagnosed in infancy. Not true. Not true at all. Like I said earlier,
right?
You don't know if you are intersex or not your whole entire life, and that's a big myth. A lot of people think, oh no, you had to know you were intersex right smack at birth, and that's a myth. So all infant sex assignment surgery is aimed at creating female genitalia. That I'm waiver on because they almost did it to me. They almost cut off my medical terminology penis when I was born. And if my dad was not in that room, they might have cut it off.
Wow.
God.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can't. Oh man. So there was Mandy was saying something about first U.S. You can talk. Speak, Mandy. Speak.
Was that the
first U.S. case where parents?
Yeah, it was a couple in South Carolina last year that sued their doctors for operating on their child who had indeterminate genitalia. And I don't really know exactly what kind of surgery they did, but I'm guessing more than likely they, cut something off rather than change something else around, that seems to be a bit more common.
Yeah.
Especially, right?
Yep, it is.
And in this case, the child was held in foster care at the time. And when the parents were finally able to get their child back, they had a girl instead of the boy that they had because the doctors decided to make the choice for the child.
Yeah.
And so and it's the first case of its kind in the U.S.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they did a lot back in the 50s, 60s, 70s. Doctors always, I'm safely going to say in the 90 percentile, made the decision for the parents. So, wrong answer.
And actually, it says here the child is now 8 years old and strongly identifies as male and recently began living as a boy.
Right.
But what's sad is that he has to live as a boy instead of, like he has to actually change again. It's really, really sad.
Sound familiar?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's familiar to us. Yeah.
So that's why I'm trying to say, people out there, just, my God, if you have a relative or you yourself has a baby and it has anything downstairs that just looks a little off or extra piece of whatever, don't let the medical people cut, trim, surgery, leave it alone.
And actually, here's something else from that article that is really telling about the way even people in the medical profession view intersex conditions. And they said the doctors determined that he could be raised as either a boy or a girl. So they opted for genital surgery that made the child's body look female.
Yeah.
So in other words, they determined that, all we have to do is change what's downstairs and you have a girl.
No.
Right. So that's the biggest problem. That's the problem right there.
Yeah. And it's the brain.
Mm-hmm.
The brain is what it cracks me up. Medical society needs to really,
what is up? I mean, just like
yeah. It gets my carotid pumping there.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people out there who are saying poo-poo to the people who support trans rights and trans children, saying it's like these children don't have a right to decide for themselves, blah blah blah. It's like the person who should be deciding what it is they want to do their body is the person themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I knew when I was 2.5, 3 years old. Yeah. I knew I was a boy. I didn't look at my downstairs.
Yeah.
That didn't matter. It was my brain said I'm a boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That makes sense to you guys. I'm sure it does.
No, it makes perfect sense.
Well, hey, we're going to be taking a short little musical break here. We're going to be back. We're going to play a little bit of hear some words from our sponsors, and
yes, who are very important.
If you have any questions, you can give us a call, 707-545-0318. That calls right into the studio here. We can probably get you in over the airwaves, or you can just ask anonymously. That's perfectly okay.
Our call centers are full at the moment, though.
Yes, they are. Yes. So you may be put on hold. Please listen to the calm music in the background.
Yeah.
Also, you can tweet us at The Queer Life. Check us out, facebook.com/thequeerlife, or go to thequeerlife.org, and you can actually watch this feed and ask questions through the little video feed. All right, let's hear a little bit of music.
There's one thing I really like. It's honest, authentic radio made by real people. So whenever I'm in California, I listen to KBBF 89.1 FM.
Music from around the world. Call it musica del mundo. La cultura musicale internazionale. Cualquier cosa. It's music from the Caribe. Música tropical. Salsa. Rapso. Sur de America. Like tango, trompeta, porra, vallenato, milonga. France with musette, chanson. West Africa's high life, Afrobeat, juju. Don't forget Mexico, ranchera, trios, mariachi. I call it Música Internacional, heard every Sunday night, right here from 8 to 10 p.m. Don't miss it for interviews, new releases, and ticket giveaways. Say un chico o chica del mundo, aquí los domingos. Orale. I mean, all right. I mean, all right. I mean, all right. I mean, all right.
Con más del 81% de California declarado en estado de sequía extrema, la Junta Estatal de Control de Recursos Hídricos aprobó imponer sanciones a quienes desperdicien el agua. Las multas de hasta $500 se impondrán, por ejemplo, a quienes rieguen demasiado su jardín de manera que el agua vaya a dar a la calle o laven sus autos o las aceras con mangueras sin boquilla de control. Esta es una medida para ayudar a superar la sequía que está costando miles de empleos en el sector agrícola. Mensaje de la Universidad de California.
Caminando, caminando.
KBBF 89.1, contigo, ayer, hoy y siempre.
Hello, everybody. You are listening to The Queer Life on KBBF 89.1, LGBT news, modern perspectives, roundtable discussion, and stop lip syncing me, interviews. I am your host, Kaya Kramer, and I am with my co-host, Mandy Howard.
As always, and always.
Always. Here. And we are joined by our very, very special guest who has graced us with his presence, Scott.
The lip-syncing Scott.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So, and for those of you who have not been listening, or who are just joining, I'm not gonna say who have not been listening. That sounds a little hostile.
Yeah.
Those of you who are just joining us for this evening, we've been talking about intersex as a condition, and Scott is an intersex man. Not that you're defined by the fact that you're intersex. I'm just making it easy for people to understand.
Yes.
And it's
How about he's a man with an intersex condition?
with an a man with an
I don't know
intersex.
if one's better than the other.
I'm just
asked-
intersex. Okay?
Yeah.
Intersex.
Yeah. So, and if you're curious about the show, I mean, just continue to listen right now. But also, the show is available on our website. We've got a video feed on the website, thequeerlife.org, or go to facebook.com/thequeerlife. You can tweet us at thequeerlife. And we can hook you up, yo. Hook it up, you know. Come on down, 1700 Gorby Avenue. Anyway, so, and just to summarize a little bit, for 7 years of Scott's life, grew up presenting male. All of a sudden, came home. Was basically forced to live the rest of his life as a woman against his will and medically altered. And wasn't until 5 years ago we started getting on T. T is short for testosterone, and living your life as the man that you are.
Yay! Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
Cool. All right.
Yes.
So. So what were we talking about?
We were talking about myths.
We're talking about myths, yeah.
With the intersex.
What intersex myths? Let's do some myth busting here.
Yeah, real quick, because I know you have some other agendas going on, but I'm just gonna real quick, and we won't go over it. I'm just gonna say there's myth number one: intersex people all have intermediate genitalia, and we briefly went over that. But no, that's not really correct, because I wanted to go quickly over this. Intersex conditions are always diagnosed in infancy. Negative. Myth number three, all infant sex assignment surgery is aimed at creating female genitalia. Well, we kind of discussed that, because most of the time it's true.
Yeah.
At birth, they are kind of made female.
Yeah.
Myth number four, before we went off to listen to some great music, intersex people should be gender queer. This myth comes up again and again in the academic, activist and feminist cycles. The intersex people being neither male nor female in physical sex. The intersex, they're not particularly, some of them don't particularly care for that. I'm just putting it out there because I feel like I need to represent. I don't want to say yay or nay on that, because we're all individuals, but that's a myth.
Well, I would say that just like every other person on the planet, whether you're intersex, trans, or cis,
exactly,
that you either identify within the binary or you identify outside of the binary. So there are probably intersex genderqueer people,
that's
just as there are
Absolutely.
non-intersex genderqueer people, but not every intersex person is genderqueer. Like you obviously identify as male, so you would not be genderqueer.
Yeah, I'm just whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever makes my monkey squeak makes my monkey squeak. But I'm just, I just feel like I have to say these things because I was asked to kind of, and then myth number 5 is real, in parentheses. Intersex people are not gender queer. And again, this is like a myth. So yeah,
kind of like the opposite of the last question.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
when we start saying these things like that, I start to get confused. Remember in the previous episodes, not all men who have
Well, not all people with vaginas identify as men.
Isn't that funny?
This is a fact of not a fact that Kaya, put out into the world.
I know, but that's what the intersex society kind of wants to put out there, and I'm like, okay, since I'm intersex.
However, we can say some people with vaginas identify as men.
Yes.
Yeah. I guess so.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know, but
we're doing facting and chat.
Yeah, but that's some of the myths that are going out on with the intersex community, and they just whatever. But all I know is that whatever. So you got XY and you got XXY and you got ABC and you got a Z in your chromosome or whatever. You're a human being, and what you got between your legs is what you got between your legs, and just enjoy it. And
I'm actually an alien princess, so
yes.
Well,
this is true.
Are you from the planet next to mine?
Yeah, just
that's. Oh my God.
My true name is Galaxia.
Well, you know what? I've seen your ship parked next to mine.
Yeah.
No wonder we get along so well.
The one with the white door.
Yeah, I think I parked it too long because there's a boot on it now.
That's very good. Very good.
Anyhow, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, society's so much into labels and all that stuff, and I'm not. Whoever you love, whoever you want to go to bed with them. Just
so. I mean, this interview has, for the most part, I wanted to focus on intersex because a lot of people have called in and they've asked us questions about it, and we're like,
it's pretty confusing.
Mandy and I, we don't know.
Actually, we had questions about intersex individuals on the very first show, I believe.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We had to look information up on Google.
Yeah. Well, so did I sometimes because I didn't even know. Because, like I said, I've been diagnosed couple times wrong.
Yeah.
And then I had one doctor say, well, you're this. And then another doctor said, well, no, I think you're this. And then I looked between my own legs and I said, no, I think I'm a guy that has some issues maybe that need to be corrected.
Yeah.
And I happen to have, a couple X's and maybe a Y. And it's like,
so I want to ask you a question that is inappropriate in nearly every single other kind of interview sense.
Yeah.
But only since this show is called The Queer Life and we talk about queer identification.
I'm not going to show it to you, but go ahead.
Okay. So
nice try, Kaya.
You identify as male.
Correct.
You're an intersex man.
Yes.
Sexual orientation.
Okay. That's right.
Which way does the wind blow?
Oh, that's a good and very fair question.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Northeast.
No, that's a really good question. Well, right now, I'm not sure if that's. I could be bi.
Is there someone we can call to ask?
Well, let me check with my doctor.
Yeah.
No,
they should have a test for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me check my
gay test.
Yeah, no, I don't have a girlfriend right now or anything like that.
Okay.
Because I think
Would you like one?
although his number is.
Yeah. Well, I think my confidence level in that. I think that's what it is. My confidence is I'm shy because growing up female, and I was always afraid that I don't know. I'm shy right now.
I perfectly
And I'm a virgin.
understand that the idea of not knowing where you stand, mainly because you're not yet happy with everything that's going on, and there's still a few things you want to get right and get used to it and have everything work out right. And until that point, then it's kind of hard to imagine yourself being with somebody.
Could be, yeah. And I'm also, believe it or not, I'm a virgin. I've never been with a woman.
Wow.
Yeah, and I want to. I mean,
so wait, the
junior down there wants it. So I know that's normal. So
Junior,
I know I'm normal.
Junior.
So
his name's Pokey, actually.
So 40-year-old virgin is a true story then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Based on your life.
Yes. Yeah.
This is true
So
for-
feels like a bag of sand right now.
Well, it's pretty blue.
So
But yeah, yeah.
wow. So you're in the stage of huge amounts of discovery.
Yeah, I'm puberty actually.
Puberty.
Puberty.
Well, that makes 3 of us. In
Yeah,
this room.
everyone in this room is in puberty. Maybe that's why
Yeah.
there's too much giggling.
That could be-
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
but
Which is okay.
well,
Yeah.
This is a show ran by teenagers.
yes, 20, 30, and on
50-ish,
late teenagers.
Yeah. 50-ish virgin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no! Thank
Puberty.
you, thank you for being vulnerable with us.
Oh, no problem. No.
And sharing this with you.
There's somebody else out there that's listening is probably in the same shoes
Yeah.
as we are, or I am, or whatever.
Right.
So
we have about 6-7 more minutes
Sure.
here before we gotta go off and do some music and pack up for the night. But I feel like I've delved into your life quite a bit, but there's always so much more. And maybe for I feel like maybe we gotta have you back at some time.
yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah,
And I
so
might tell my other secret.
yeah, it's like you've got secrets.
Yeah.
I've had a secret since the beginning of this show.
I'm going to be revealing it for $1,000 donation to the station.
Yeah, you can.
I will reveal it to them without Kai's permission.
This. Oh, you're gonna out my secret.
I'm gonna out your secret for
Oh my
$1,000
gosh.
donation.
I might
yeah.
do my big secret too for a good donation.
Yeah, so you can give us a call in the studio, 707-545-0318 to hear some secrets, which have not yet been revealed. But if you want, you can continue to listen to us every Friday night, 6 to 8 p.m. It's the Queer Life Radio Show. This is LGBT news, modern perspectives, roundtable discussion, interviews. Scott, do you have any last words for our audience here?
I'm sorry if I didn't answer all the great questions about intersex because it's a big subject and it's a lot, and just Google it. And I hope there's people out there that, if you have any questions or anything, ask. Don't be shy. There's no such thing as a stupid question. And the station's great. These people are great. And keep on listening. And please donate. And thank you.
Yeah, and if you could say to anything out there to anybody who is intersex or thinks that they might be intersex, like what what could you say to them?
First of all, nothing to be ashamed of whatsoever. Something really cool. And just ask your doctor for a chromosome blood check. And there's a society here in Santa Rosa, my understanding, of the Intersex Society of America. Check it out.
Well, there you have it. You've got some advice. You got a little bit of education. You've learned something. I've learned something now.
I always learn something, but that's easy.
Like I am like my mind is always like explosions inside my head movies. All right, so fabulous. Again, this is Kaya Kramer. I am the host of the Queer Life Radio Show. I am joined, as always, with my faithful co-host Mandy Howard.
I have much faith.
Past your bedtime.
So thank you, everybody, so much. If you've been enjoying the music for this evening, the album for the night is the artist for the night is Justice. It's all about some justice. It really has nothing to do with the queer community, but it's just rock and roll. So.
I'm just scared about the big cross on the...
Yeah, there's a big stone cross. This is from the album. We're gonna be playing audio video disco from the album. I can't remember the one with the cross, the stone cross. Anyway, thank y'all so much for listening. This has been a wonderful night. Good night. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching this episode. Mwah. I got lipstick on my hands.